All right, awesome. So, Zaina, we've been planning this session for about a month now, I believe.
Yes, yes.
About that
I'm
long,
really
right?
sorry it took so long to plan it. Yeah.
Yes, but I'm very happy that I finally got to interact with you and with Lina. And so, just to let our audience know, so
Hmm.
you and Lina are a two-person team. You're a wonderful Wonder Women, two Wonder Women,
Thank
and
you.
you have this awesome organization called the Science of Happiness. And today
Hmm.
we are going to be interacting with the both of you. So in the first half of the
Hmm.
session, I will be talking with you, and in the second half
Hmm.
of the session, I will be talking with Lina. So
Yes.
I've got some great questions for both of you, and I'm sure the kind of information and the knowledge and the value that you will provide, it will be of great interest and of great help to our
Hmm.
listeners. So with that
Hmm.
note,
We hope.
let's yeah, with that note, let's start off the session and just tell our followers a little bit about yourself and a little about the science of happiness.
Definitely. Well, at first, thank you so much, Syed. I'm really glad it out in the end. Thank you for hosting the Science of Happiness team. Basically, we're both believers in happiness. And Lina and I, we carry the same vision, which it really did drive us to start our initiative as a voluntary initiative 6 years ago, where we started helping people around us and just let them see the beauty that lies. Lina and I, we are both, we're certified from university in the science of happiness. And then we have both decided to take our learning to the next level, where we have studied life coaching. We became NLP practitioners in addition to executive and wellness lead coaches. And both of us and our is approved by ABLP, which is the American Board of NLP.
Yeah.
We honestly, this is like briefly, this is what we both do, and we uplift hearts.
Wow. Uplift hearts. That's such a beautiful punchline. I think that should be written in bold letters across your website. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I've got this. I've given myself this tag of a happiness scientist, and I've written this on my LinkedIn profile and on my Instagram and Facebook pages. I've sort of bestowed this title upon myself.
Hmm.
And a lot of times people ask me, they say, "What is happiness?" And when I kind of cross question them, so I find out that a lot of times people think that happiness is all about like partying or it's all about dancing or listening to music.
Yeah.
What do you think is happiness? How do you define happiness?
I, have we lost our connection? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, Zaina. So I said,
Okay.
my question
Yeah.
was, how do you define happiness? What is your definition of happiness?
Well, basically, what I really would like to start with is happiness is a journey. It's not a destination. It's not something that you reach and you say, hey, I'm happy and I can stay happy. It's a journey of life. It's a way of living, a way of lifestyle that you carry it along with yourself from the inside out. People like at some point sometimes believe that happiness, like just what you said, partying, enjoying time, and one of the studies that Harvard University carried is when they have asked people about happiness, and it's one of the really love and I believe in, and people thought it's in fame or it's in wealth. And when they
Mhm.
carried that study across on 74 people, they really realized that it basically starts with yourself in the beginning
Mhm.
and it reflects on other people around you and their life,
Mhm.
probably in another talk because it takes a lot of time to talk about it. And on the other hand, it's most likely what it's all about the passions.
Hmm.
And consequently, relationships among their family, friends,
Hmm.
colleagues,
Hmm.
their first circle in life basically are they tend to have more chance to others, they tend to have more chance to reflect positively on life. So even
Hmm.
studies in psychology just like prove to us that those who live alone live in constant anxiety and are
Hmm.
constantly depressed. So you can't live alone ever after in a bubble on your own. That is not true.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes,
Hello?
those were excellent points. And even I have read that Harvard study where Zeina, are you able to hear me? Okay, that's should we try connecting again? That's not very good because I can hear you. I hope our followers are able to hear us. Is are you able to hear us talk? If you're able to hear us talk, say yes. Uh, okay. Okay, Zaina, your connection is breaking up. That's what Matutinal Breeze is saying. Um, okay, should we try connecting again, Zaina? Okay, wait. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect, add her back. Okay. Now I'm going to add Zaina to this live conversation, and hopefully this time we will be able to hear her. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. So we are waiting for Zaina, Science of Happiness life, to join us. Hello again, Zaina.
Hello,
Are you
can
are
you
you
hear
able
me
to hear
now?
me now? Excellent. I'm also able to hear you
Yes.
now.
Yes, I'm able to
Okay.
hear you.
So so as I already told our followers that you and Lina, you've been working together. So just tell us a little bit
Mhm.
about your relationship together and how you became friends, or how you had these you bonded over these mutual ideas of interest, and what led you to start Science of Happiness Life.
Well, basically, that we have both decided to start is working on our own selves first. We decided to carry our own development, which really that was the trigger to our action to initiate the science of happiness.
Mhm.
Can
I
you hear
can
me,
hear you,
Sayed?
yes.
Great. And basically, we really have had the same urge of having people asking us questions like, how could you be constantly like you're going through this and that? We all have our struggles and we all have
Yeah.
our ups. We always see you carrying that magical smile on. How can you do that? And then we realize that we've got that energy that we would among people, what we actually do. And we started like working on our own selves. And then we decided to learn another level where we started working with other people, and we started practicing our secrets of happiness, which we have initiated. Our science of approach is basic as a combination of 10 secrets
Yeah.
of happiness on our special module for one whole. We have established each and every secret is a workshop by itself, and we carry out the tools of happiness to help you create a better life.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I loved how you said, how you talked about, people asking you, how can you be happy every day? Because I have received those questions a lot of times from my training groups, and because I enter a training room in the morning, and I'm all excited, I'm all energetic and happy, and at the end of the day, I'm
Yes.
the same. So people are always curious. They're like, how are you able to have the same levels of energy and happiness all through the day? And I think that comes from passion. What do you think?
Yeah, it is. That is basically, I think it's a drive of contentment and learning how to be happy with everything around you. Somewhere, and like there, if you pay attention to the little details in life, you will realize how grateful we are each and every day and each and every second.
Yeah,
Basically, life is just, it's beautiful if we know how to get the best out of it. And the ups and downs that we all like go through, those are life, and it makes us, it is really a concept of growing into becoming a better human being every day. And those of life are the basic drive for that growth state that we will all go through. I think it's Kadran, Dr. Kadran said that once. It's the lesson. The lesson will not disappear unless
mm,
it is learned. So if you look at things from a different perspective, from a different act, it's just you see day is a new day
yeah.
to start all over, is a new learning experience,
Mm.
and let's bring the best out of it.
Well, very true. Every day is a new experience. Every day is a new day. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and before our live session on the video call that we were on, so I asked you and Lina this question. So let me ask this question again. I said, in our regular lives, small things keep happening around us that kind of
Uh-huh.
lower our morale or energy levels,
Yes.
or they kind of pull us down. It could be a mishap somewhere around the world, or it could be a critic, or it could be someone just leaving bad comments on our Instagram posts or our LinkedIn account or wherever. So how do you keep going despite all those? How do you just tear through, cut through the negativity and zoom ahead? How do you do that?
Well, at the beginning, I believe in what you focus on grows. I simply don't focus on them because I don't want it to grow. So I don't focus on bad comments. It just comes in and goes out. And I let go of those toxic thoughts or toxic
Yeah,
comments, not by creating towards anyone, just by, like, I even feel sad for those people who are not able to see the beauty of everything around them.
yeah,
So I just like it to feel, it's a pity that they cannot feel that sort of feeling. And to me, it's absolutely
I put my focus on what really matters in life, and I decide each and every morning, like I meditate and I pray with just like I'm really looking around and I have 3 to 5 things that I'm really grateful for and I thank God for every day. It's at the end, I literally care less about any comments or any like any and this is what you focus on.
Wonderful, wonderful. I think it was Oprah Winfrey who said, "What you focus on expands." Um, and you're very right. If you start looking at those negative comments, and those negative comments would keep running in
Mm-hmm.
your head all day long. So it would just be best to sort of have the escape trajectory to run out of those of that negative zone, and somehow just escape and leave all that behind. Um, so Zainab,
Mm-hmm.
I guess a couple of more questions with you, and then we'll have Lina with us. So one of my concluding questions is that you work with
Yes.
children with disabilities, and that's beautiful. So talk about that a little bit, and also if you can
I'd
tell us some things that you learn from them on a regular basis that would help us in maximizing
uh,
our happiness.
yes. There is one thing that I love doing in life. It's
Yeah.
servicing others, working with the community at level. And that was basically the drive that made me start loving challenged students and challenged people. And I started working with at the beginning with cancer patients at the pediatric section in as a volunteer,
Yeah.
and I started connecting the things I love in life into helping the underprivileged cancer patients
Hmm.
in Jordan. And that was the beginning of the connection where I have met a couple of challenged little children who suffer from cancer and they're underprivileged.
Yep.
And those children literally made me look at life from a different perspective. I'm an athlete. That's one thing that I do and I love it. And what I keep on doing is I just create a pledge each and every, and I would connect my passion into the cause that I adopt.
Yes.
So each and every, what I would really do, I would adopt a cancer patient, and sometimes it's a challenged cancer patient,
Yeah.
and I would run marathons for that cancer, create a first giving link to create to get fundraising, help that cancer patient get the treatment they need. On one day, I because I love fitness, I became a functional fitness coach, and I started teaching some of them fitness. And honestly, it's just the best. I really feel like when I'm around them, I own the world. They're such beautiful out. They're very loving. They're very caring. There's a lot of goodness,
Yes.
and there's that passion to learn, that passion to give that I haven't seen in anyone.
Yeah.
And the very nice thing that they feel accomplished and happy so fast. And that is something that really, really I have learned from them is whatever accomplishment you do on your daily life, it's just you need to be
Beautiful.
proud.
Uh, Beautiful thoughts again. And you're so right that when you kind of work with people who are not, I mean, I've said this in a lot of Instagram live sessions that this that we're doing, it's a blessing, and we do not really recognize this. We do not really appreciate this. Uh, your internet connection today is a little
Yes,
weak, and I'm sure this would somehow irritate you. Although it's nothing, it's not actually a problem. It's completely fine. But that's the kind of society that we live in. That's the kind of expectations that we have from our surroundings.
they are.
All right, Zaina, thank you so much for becoming a part of this session. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect you and I'm going to request
Thank,
Lina to come on
thank
board. Um, any final parting thoughts that you have before you end the discussion?
I would really like to thank you. Really like to thank the followers. Thank you for bearing with my internet connection. I'm just deliver happiness regardless if it's weak or not, and hopefully we'll be able to build on the things and the ideas we have talked about today.
Yep. See, you're very right. Your ideas, your happiness, your energy, your positivity, it is not at all breaking like your internet connection. So it is absolutely strong. Okay,
Thank
I'm disconnecting you from this live conversation now.
you.
All right, wonderful. Lena, I'm going to just send you a request to become a part of our conversation, and I request you to accept it. So Zeina has been doing a lot of great work, and she's definitely a positive force in the universe. Hello, Lena.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Um,
Hope our
you're,
better,
you
Haram.
know, I'm sorry, I did not hear what you said. What did you say?
I said I hope our connection will be better than Zena.
Yes, yes, much better,
Sometimes,
much better.
this is why I sometimes I hate technology.
Yeah, that's how it goes. You've got both positives and negatives
Yeah,
of technology. The positive side is that I am sitting in New Delhi, India. You're sitting in
yeah,
Amman, Jordan,
yeah,
and just look at the ease with which we are able to
yeah,
communicate. That's something
yeah.
beautiful, right?
Yes, this is always what I say that you should have the some people they hate technology at all, but for me I always
Hmm.
like to find because now you can search for everything in life, everything you can
Yeah.
find. So this is very good. First of all, thank you very much for working together. It's very nice to have someone abroad. Yani, this is my first time to work with like this in webinar like this, or I don't know what it's called. Yani, excuse me, but it's very nice to have you. This is very nice for me. First of all, I have there's a question for Zena. Maybe she was going to answer about how do we meditate. I think someone on
Yes.
the they asked. I
Yes.
think because we have like everyone has his own kind of meditation. For us is like we pray, we read books. I pray. We pray 5 times a day, and sometimes when you feel upset, you talk to God. For us, we talk and we have like conversation. It's not like a habit of doing stuff. It's like a connection. So if you build a connection, whatever you are or whatever your religion or whatever, it's the meaning of religion is building a connection with superior power because I believe that without great values in life, you can't be happy. This is what I was going to tell you that everyone needs to be happy. He has to have like big values in life. You can't, happiness doesn't, it is not materialistic. It's something from inside you. Uh, Whatever you do outside, it will not make you happy. The happiness goes from inside. So if you are happy from the inside, everything outside will be more happy. It will makes you feel more happier, but it will not bring happiness. You should search for it from the inside of yourself. I was going to say this because she was asking about meditation. So let's start.
Thank you so much for that insight. And I'm sure, see, it was Matutinal Breeze who was asking that question, and
Yeah,
they're right there. They're thanking you for answering. Uh,
yeah, I
so, Lena, you mentioned happiness, and I asked the same question to Zaina as well. So, how do you define happiness?
well, for me, happiness is a mind state. It's a state of mind. Whether you can see me sometimes a bit sad because life have and it has a lot of situations, but there's always a content inside of you that makes you feel that everything happens for a reason. and everything happens for your benefit to grow. If you feel like
Yes.
this, you feel that the universe is with you, it's not against you. Because I
Yeah.
can't tell everyone that you will be laughing all the time and you will be flying like birds or whatever. No, there is very difficult
Yeah.
time we go through, but always you
Yeah.
have the feeling that you are. It's a mind state, a state of your mind that everything happens for a reason, and the reason is your benefit. You need to grow to reach the
Yeah.
ultimate you, because everyone inside of us, we have a great power that is like, it's something like, you put dust on it and you have to search between the dust to find the real you. When you find the real you, you can see that everything happens for your benefit, and sometimes
Yeah.
it's very painful, but it is for your benefit. And if you can see yourself after 10 years, for me, because I'm a bit older than you, I can see my life how it changed in dramatic ways, but it was always for my benefit. It was always, or I can say that you made it, yani, you, the person you made, everything works for your benefit. Either you go, for me it was a surviving method. I started all this business as a surviving method. Either I go
Yeah.
down or I can live my life, يعني my life in a content. So I worked a lot on myself, and this is what I found, that everything is good. The thing for me is to focus on the moment. You don't need to think like I'm sitting with you now. There's no past
Yeah.
and no future. For me, I have no future and no past. I'm just focused on this moment. I'm enjoying it. It's very nice to have you. You should enjoy every moment in life, because this is the only thing that you get. This is the only thing that is happening. The past is ran, it's gone, and the future you can't make it unless, no, it's sometimes you can decide for the future, but this is my moment, this is for me, this is, and I know now I have the whole world for me in this moment. So, and I like to have it, enjoy it, and focus in it. So this is what makes you
Wow.
happy. Yeah, this really what makes you happy. Enjoy your moments. We don't enjoy moments because we are thinking about our past and
Yeah.
our bad stuff in our life, or we are very anxious about the future. Like,
Yes.
no, you don't need, you need to think about it to make
Yeah.
strategies, but you don't need to be anxious about the future. It will always
Yeah.
happen if you focus on this moment. This is what I
Wonderful.
think.
Wonderful. Wonderful. That's so beautiful. And that thing that you said about dust on ourselves and we need to clean
Yeah,
it to look
yeah, we
inside.
all,
It reminds me of an Urdu couplet, and there's this line from an Urdu couplet which goes something like "गर्द थी मेरे चेहरे पर मगर मैं आईना साफ करता रहा," which actually means is that dust was on my face and I was cleaning the mirror
yes,
all this time. So you're
yes,
very right. We've got dust settled on ourselves, and we just need to wipe it clean with a cloth, and we would be able to access our inner selves in a much
exactly.
much better fashion.
And as I
Lina,
was telling you before, excuse me, as I was telling you
yes,
before
please.
we had the interview, that you
Yeah,
have to love yourself to clean the mirror. We
yeah,
have to love ourselves and admire ourselves, and think big, because you were created big. So this is what
yeah,
makes you, sometimes you don't want to clean this mirror because you don't like it at all. You should like yourself, you should love yourself, you should admire yourself, so that you will clean this mirror. Okay, ask me another question.
beautiful. I was going to ask you that a lot of young people between the ages of let's say 16, 17 to 24 and 25, they keep approaching me and they ask me questions like, they're really anxious about their future and they're sometimes insecure about the way they look or their bodies. So, what would be your message to the younger generation of today? People who are Generation Z, the post millennials. What would be your message to them about accepting themselves, or about how not to become anxious about the future? It's all in the how.
Yeah, You know, we have, like Zena said, we have a lot of toxic ideas that going around in this period of time, because a lot of social media and a lot of stuff that we hear and we see, and the models. For me, what I say is let it go, because this is, if you can fix something, just accept it, because we have like area of concern and area of influence. If there's something like I tell everyone, if you are, if you feel like you don't play sports, you are fat or something, no, go work on yourself, because you love yourself. This is you should do this. You should be very strong. But there's things that you should accept, like if I'm not blonde and everyone like blondes, this is no, you should accept and you should love yourself. This is my message for everyone. You should let it go, because you should let things go around you smoothly. You should enjoy life.
Yeah.
You should think of the
Yeah.
future with a relaxed mood. It's not to
Yeah.
be anxious. Don't compare. For me, comparing is very difficult thing, and it's very tempting thing to go down. Don't compare yourself. Everyone has his own road. Like for me, I have my road. I can, if you compare yourself with anyone in the universe, you will get down, because I have, like we said, for like what Jesus said. He said, like, carry your cross and follow me, because everyone has his own struggle, own problems, on advantages and power and
Yeah.
everything. You are a full
Yeah.
package. So just accept
Yeah.
yourself and work on yourself and take the road. And you should know something, everyone should know, that we are in the road to grow. This is the ultimate way for us to grow. So if this is the way for you to grow, just don't compare yourself and relax and go to the road that will lead you to growth, inshallah.
Wonderful. And see, when you are on that road, sometimes it feels that we're stuck or we're not growing. And whenever people come to me seeking guidance on growth, and they're saying that we've been doing this thing for 3 months, 6 months, the business is not growing, or we're not seeing personal results. So I always tell them that you're not lost. You're just in the process of
Yes,
developing, and things they take a lot of time. I want you to comment on the idea that happiness is not something which and this whole mindset. You said happiness is it's a mindset. I want you to comment on this idea that the mindset of happiness, it just does not come in a snap, because our malleable brains, they've been programmed throughout our lives into thinking and believing certain things. And the day that we start on this journey towards happiness, it will take time. So I want you to comment on this idea that it's okay to feel stuck when you are on the path to happiness.
of course, of course. We are always we feel always stuck sometimes, but this is the kind of you to step a larger step. This is a message for you, that you need more power to just go to the other step, because this is what is life about, that it makes you feel relaxed for a certain time, and you feel happy because you gained some good things in your life, whether it is mentally, psychology, or something in your character, or like materialistic workers. And then this is the kind, because I believe in the law of attraction also. And then there's an obstacle. You will see an obstacle in your life. This means that you need more power, that you should go to another level, and you should search, like I said, remove the dust. You will find something, because I believe that you are capable of whatever happens to you in your life, you can manage. This is, for me, it's like another mindset. In anything happens to you, you can work on it, and it's not something that you can't get over it. So if you have something in your life obstacle, that means you need to grow more. You have to work on yourself more, and you have to be relaxed, because as I said at the beginning, it is something for your benefit. It should make something for you. It should, and it will lead you to growth. So just relax and go out of the box and think from as outsider of everything in your life, and think of it as like observer. And then you will see the situation is very easier. It's much easier than you thought. But it's the problem as we sit inside the box and we are so anxious and we are angry and whatever the feelings, just go out and think as the other person. You will find the solutions and you will be calm and you will find that it is something for your benefit. But because we always like to have everything perfect, life is not perfect.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, but it's not perfect. And the
Yeah.
obstacles is for us to be better. So if you feel like this, you will have the ability to work on yourself. And sometimes if you can, but I say for everyone, change as much as you possible, even in your environment. Actually, the environment doesn't matter a lot in your happiness. It's only 10% of happiness that is the environment is responsible of. The rest is
Yeah.
you. Is you did this and you will do this. So just go out of the box, think clearly, and then go back with a strategy. If you can't change anything in life, change it. If you feel that you are lazy, go to work. If you feel that you're fat, go to gym. If you have bad diet, make a good diet. If you have bad friends, leave them. If you don't have work, you go to work. If you're not good with people, if you have bad, like, work on yourself. But then relax
Yeah.
because you did this for your benefit.
Yeah. So true, so true. And especially in today's times, during the whole coronavirus pandemic, a lot of people uh, have lost employment opportunities. Um, I've also come across some people who've told me that they have faced relationship problems because people have been living together for a long time, and of course, friction occurs when two people are living together. Uh, how do you combat that stress? I asked Zaina the same question, and even in our call, I brought up this topic. How do you combat the stress, and how do you surge ahead despite all this negativity around you?
Yeah, yeah. First of all, you have to have a strategy for stress. Yani. For me, I do things to release my stress because we all go
Hmm.
in these situations. As Dana said, we have meditation, we pray. I go alone.
Yep.
Sometimes I like to have you. First thing, you have to be honest with yourself, because
Hmm.
everyone I work with or my friends or whatever. If you feel like stressed, just take a meditation time for yourself, like whatever, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it takes, and be very honest with yourself. What is my problem? What does matter for me now? Sometimes it's you hear like in the morning for like people who are living for a long time. Sometimes it's something they said together, like negotiation or something they said together. Uh, it will make all the day bad for him. He should like sit alone and think, and he will rely and he will think about this moment. So he go back and fix this moment, because for us stress it comes like layers and layers, and it started with
Yep.
a small event, like someone talks to you in a bad way, and then you become like in a bad mood, and life will go spontaneously to the stress level. So you have to pick the first. Do you hear me? Are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm able to hear you.
Okay. So you should go to the first moment that makes you stressful, and then fix it.
Yeah.
If you can't fix it, or accept it, because there's things
Yeah.
in life we can change. There's many things that we can't change. Like sometimes you need to go to work with someone you don't. It's not nice to work with, but you have to go to work. You should accept it and take the best of it. Take and it
Yeah.
make it change you. Let the life do its good work for you, not the bad work. Choose to have the good things. Maybe a bad director or whatever, he will makes you better, like a patient person, a clever person, or whatever.
Yeah.
So let life work for you, not against you.
Yeah.
And
That's
always
that's so.
choose your battles always. You don't have to be stressed with everything. There is things you need to ignore. So ignore.
Yeah.
This is very important to ignore the things that you don't want it to hurt you, and focus on the things that will makes you better.
That's so true. Talking to you is like reading a dozen books all at the same time. Uh,
Thank you.
I completely agree with what you said. There are different things in life. There are certain things that we can change, that we can influence, and then there are certain things we cannot change, we cannot
Yeah,
influence. And a lot of times we keep banging our heads against the wall for the things that we cannot change.
just change
For example,
vision. Just change your vision. If you are if you are in the wall looking at the wall, and you can't see only the wall, just turn your point view to other things. You will find
yeah,
exits. Always there is exits in life.
yeah. And in our one of our previous conversations, we also talked about the blessing, the miracle of this life that we have received, the gift, and how a lot of people, they just do not live life to the fullest, or they're not grateful enough to live life to the fullest. So, can you just shed some light on how people can make the most of their lives?
Yeah. First of all, gratitude is a very, very important thing to have it in your and in your thinking. And the first thing you do in the morning, you should be gratitude for waking up, for having the ability to feel or to watch the nature, to see the other. Then you should find exactly what everyone has certain things he should be gratitude for. Sometimes it's a good friend, sometimes it's a good house, sometimes it's there is a question from someone. He said, how can I feel happy if I'm poor? It's very
Yeah,
difficult, and I know this, Yani, but there is, I tell everyone, there is exits, because happiness, I said in the beginning that outside world will make you feel more happy, but it will not put the happiness in your soul. So if you are poor, you can feel happy because there is always things you should be gratitude for. It's never ever no zero, no. So you
yeah,
can find your way by finding your things that you should be blessed for. And the first thing that, if I have my mind, if I can think, so I'm in a very good yeah, in a very good position. At least I can find my way. This is the first thing that you should think, for you to gratitude and to feel blessed, that you can think and you can work on yourself, and never too late, never too late.
yeah,
So, and if you feel like this, you always can have something to do. You need to always, we said, like in our books, I read for Sophie's command, Sophia, for Jalaluddin Rumi. He said
yeah,
always, there is something ahead that you should reach. There's always
yeah.
something in front of you you should reach. If you live your life like this, I always have an aim in front of me. I should go. So you keep on working on yourself, and you keep and going up. So until you reach the ultimate you, as I said.
Wow. I am also, uh, I revere the writings of Rumi, and I learn so much whenever I read his poems or whenever I read his quotes. And I thank you for taking Rumi's name here. Before I ask you the next question, I would just request someone to either Arshi can do it, or maybe Sophia can do it, or Sabi can do it. Just take a screenshot of the comments, guys, please, because the comment section is on fire today. And Zeina is also giving some great inputs, and I don't want to lose these great comments when I download this video. Because what we usually do is we download the video and we upload it to different
Yeah,
platforms. So
yeah.
sometimes, when we download the video, these comments, they get lost. So please, someone take screenshots of these comments so that we are
I
able to save them.
yes, inshallah,
Okay,
later.
so yeah, Lina. Final question for you is, uh, or the penultimate question. I'll ask you the last question after this. Uh, please talk a little bit about your entrepreneurial initiative, Signs of Happiness Life, and just talk about some ways in which it helps humanity.
Yeah. Okay, first of thing, I promise you that every secret and each secret in this science of happiness, we lived it, and we really
Yeah,
lived it as everyone, everything I say to you or I tell you, I actually lived it. Even the obstacles, you can, yani you lived it. I can't tell you anything I didn't feel it or I didn't live it. Our secrets is it's a journey to discover yourself. It's 10 secrets. It's very it's simple stuff, but it will just explore yourself. It's nothing new. It's all inside of you. We just help you to remove the dust. You just see, and you will find that we have the things that will makes you just look at yourself from the inside, and it will makes you feel that or know that everything happens from inside of you. This makes you in control, and this makes you free. The freedom is when you know that you are the one that can change your destiny, not anything else. This is will make great value for yourself, and you will love yourself in a way that you like to fix it, and you like to work in it. So everything we give for you, like the instructions, even for you, sometimes what happens, one of our secrets is that sometimes you feel you go in battles in your mind and you think it's real, but it's not real. It is not real. It's all in your mind. Your brain makes you feel things and it makes it reality for you. Sometimes this is why I tell everyone, go out of the box. You can see the other person and you can manage that. It is not the situation as it is. It's just it's in your brain. So we have our secrets that makes you discover yourself. It makes you look the inside of you and makes you love yourself, and show you how to communicate with others, how to connect, and how to talk to others, and how to get the benefit of everything, and how to know that everything happens for in life is a teacher for you. Every situation, every person that goes into in your life, even if it was a bad experience, it is he is teaching you something in yourself. Everyone is a mirror for you. Anything happens for a reason, and everyone comes in your way. He needs to teach you something. So take the lesson. Even he will disappear if he was a bad thing in your life.
Wonderful.
There's
So beautiful.
yeah.
Eloquently put. And finally, the question that I have for you is, you and Zeina as a tag team, as Wonder Women, as I called you in the beginning of the session. So both of you, and you're like complementing each other's strengths, and you've got a similar vision. So where do you see signs of happiness heading in the future, as a partner to Indian Training Company?
Well, I can see it expanding in a very because there's a lot of courses everyone give, like in companies they do a lot of courses for business and for stuff. I don't know that Zena know about this, but for us, our work, it calls it's talk to your soul, and I believe that nothing can happen unless you clear your soul and you clear your thoughts, and you have the full power of yourself. So it's very important for every company or for parents or for students, for everyone to discover themselves. Our work is just help you to discover yourself, to see yourself, and just to love yourself. So in a very small steps, 10 secrets, so you can take whatever decisions in life after you can see yourself and feel how powerful you are.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Lina, for showering all the wisdom on me. And like I said before, talking to you is like reading a dozen books all at the same time. And it was my pleasure to have spoken with Zaina and with you. And I got to learn so much. And I'm sure that in the subsequent discussions that we'll have, and in the partnership between Indian Trading Company and Science of Happiness, we will be able to positively impact a lot of lives around the world. And we will for sure be able to motivate, mobilize a lot of individuals and organizations to embrace happiness and to work towards their goals. Um
I'm
Thank you so
happy.
much for all our. Yes, yes,
Thank you
please.
very much. I'm so happy to work together. and it's our vision, and it's our like this is what we like to just help others to go to the other step, to other level. So we thank you very much. I hope we work together. Inshallah, in the future, we'll have some way to work together. Our roads,
We will.
inshallah,
We
will
will.
connect together.
For sure we will. And I thank all our listeners today for being so wonderfully active all throughout. And some of the comments that we received were absolutely fantastic. And thank you, Kianu. Thank you, Shuja. Thank you, Sufia. Thank you, Arshi. Thank you, Sadiq. Um, Great. With that note, thank you so much, everyone. I'll see you next week with another
Bye.
live session. Thank you, Zeina and Lina. Have a great weekend. Bye bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.